Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Radio Silent Play. Today is March 15, 2015. Let me start off by saying I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own any stock or options. Trading stocks and options require lots of risk. Okay, we're starting a meeting today. We didn't have one last week. We didn't have enough people, but for further notice, I will be posting it on Friday before close. If you guys are interested in doing the meeting, I will either set something up for the month, or we'll see if we get more than 8 people. If we don't get more than 8 people, it just doesn't, it doesn't make much sense to actually do the meeting. So I will do one today. Okay, currently we have 5 people, but if we don't get any stragglers along the way, then we'll just schedule something once a month, or see if we kind of set something up where we have at least 8 people. Okay. I'm gonna go pretty quick today, since we don't have that many people. I'm gonna start off with something new that I put up. It's the daily market report. What I'm gonna do is from now on, we're gonna start posting pretty much what the week's done. Okay, if I do it daily, it's just gonna be too much. But I'll just post pretty much the setups for the week and what the markets are pretty much doing. How the markets closed and the anticipated week ahead. Okay, so I posted what entries we got on the SPY. Okay, it gave us an opportunity to enter as low as 204.50. We're hoping for that support level at 205 to hold on 2 consecutive closes, which it didn't, but then 204.50 held. It gave opportunity to enter that trade again with hitting a high of 207 range, close to 208. Okay, so right now markets are still holding that uptrend. Okay, we have not broken below this 202.50 level. So what we're looking for is any retrace level down to that 204.50 will offer an opportunity for a retrace and a push higher. Okay, something that we have to take into consideration into next week, the FOMC meeting. Okay, Fed minutes is on March 18th. Okay, March 18th. So we expect some volatility there. So just keep an eye on what the markets do next week. Okay, the stronger markets right now. Okay, the Russell 2000 right now is pretty much the bullish setup right now. I have a chart, updated chart, but this is just the setup that was given out last week. Give us an opportunity to enter on a pullback down to that 119 level, and it hit a high of 123. I think that the markets are showing a slight bearish sentiment into some selling last week, but I think with the move that the IWM put out, I think that we may test that 123.80 level. I have a setup, and I will show that later on. But this is just something that we're gonna kind of work on pretty much every week. We'll post. Okay, USO triggered last week. I know some of you guys were a little bit nervous on taking on the USO. Okay, there's no doubt about it that oil is bearish. Okay, but now what we're heading into is that downward trend, that bottom of the trend line. Okay, I'm thinking that we're going to see a bounce. Okay, my stop close is going to be a close below 1640 on 2 consecutive closes. I have this setup later on. I will explain to you why I think that it's going to move up, but that's the setup that we actually put out and alerted last week. Okay, it did see a low of 1667, and then it closed at 1680 high. So we are watching USO. GL again, bearish sentiment as well. But if you see this channel right now, it's testing that downward part of that channel. I expect a move higher. Any move higher, you'll be able to short the markets. I think GLD will be under pressure. Talks about raising interest rates, and also the strength in the dollar will put some downward pressure on gold. So I do think that it's attractive here at the 109.50 level. If this does trigger at that 109.50 to 110 level, okay, expect that stop close below 108.70. Okay, I put a stop close here at 109 2 times, but just watch that 108.70 master support. Okay, the UUP, if you look at the UUP, I posted the UUP right now is in overbought conditions. Okay, this is the daily chart on, or actually the weekly chart on the UUP. Okay, the UUP is pretty much what I look at to to see what the US dollar is doing. Okay, it did break that 2550 level, master resistance, and now has pushed up higher. You got pretty much 3 weeks of all green. So watch that pretty much that 27, that kiss of that 27 level. 2650 if you see a topping tail for the week. I do expect this thing to pull down to at least 2550. Okay, so just watch that UUP for any weakness or pullback. Okay, the Tesla was a beautiful trade. Okay, that was sent at 208 range. It hit a high of the 189, 188 level. Okay, actually triggered, and we saw a high of pretty much I believe it was like 204, 206. That was a nice move on the Tesla. I still think that this is in a bearish downward trend. Okay, what we're looking at now is that 182, 185 entry. If it does get down there, I think we'll be able to scalp. But overall, the Tesla is bearish until it breaks above that 204.80 mark. Once you break above 204.80 on 2 consecutive closes, you will see this reverse. But for now, it's holding at pretty much it's in a bearish downward trend. Okay, the U.S. Treasuries get an opportunity to re-enter this trade. I still think that the TLT will be under pressure. Okay, even if they're talking about increasing interest rates, I still think that we did break this level here, and you're seeing this flag pattern, this bearish flag here. Okay, this is a reverse bear flag here. Okay, it did pull back down to 123 and bounce, and now heading into that resistance cluster. If it does move up to that 128, 129, 80 level, I think that that's a good buy zone for the short opportunity if you want to go long. Okay, the inverse ETF on the TLT is the TBT. I actually posted that on Option Triggers, so I will discuss about that later on. Moving on to OTCs. Okay, TPAC, TPAC. Okay, enter that it pulled back, it broke that 0.001 support. Okay, and it stopped out. But since then, it's held support at 0006. Okay, saw a high of 14. It closed at 13. So watch any pullback down to that 9 to 11 level for a re-entry. Okay, I think that you have a box pattern breakout here. If we close above 17, I think we see a high of 28. Okay, so I think that this is a good opportunity for a reversal here. Okay, it's been consolidated quite some time now. You have some traders on the social medias start posting on it. So I think TPAC is ready for a reversal. So those that held or those that bought back in, I think this is a good opportunity for that 17 to 28 range. Okay, so just keep that TPAC on radar. Watch the level 2. Make sure that there's good bid support on the TPAC. Okay, another one I actually posted on the weekly watch list as well is WWIO. Okay, this was actually sent out via premium Twitter, also a free mobile app. This thing gave an opportunity to re-enter the stock at that 0089 level, and then it hit a high of 13. Okay, what we're looking for here is a potential break of that 0.0017 level. If we close above 0.0017, I wouldn't be surprised if this hit in 0.002 to 37. So I have this on the weekly watch list, so we'll go over it again in MDCN was a stock that we sent out. Okay, this has a potential possibility for reverse split. Okay, there are talks about it in filing, so just keep aware of that. Okay, this was a nice scalp. It gave an opportunity to enter from 12 to 15, hitting a high of 23. Since then, it closed at 17, pulled back. Okay, but you want to see some type of confirmation above that 20 level. If you close above 20 on 2 consecutive closes, we could see a short-term bounce. But again, you don't want to be holding these stocks, especially if these stocks are considering reverse splits. Okay, MGON is a stock that we sent out. Okay, triggered at 000910. We send it through SMS. We send it through mobile app, and we put it through RSP Premium Twitter. Okay, the stock gave an opportunity to enter from 9 to 11. It hit a high of 0.002, and since then has pulled back. Okay, still holding that uptrend. You got that bullish reversal here. Okay, so what you want this stock to do is hold above that 10 level. Okay, if it does close below 10 2 times, it breaks that trend, and then it may look to go lower. So just keep an eye on the MGON. Okay, MCGI was a beautiful trade. It gave an opportunity to enter from 13 to 16, hit a high of 29. Since then, it pulled back down to 10, which gave us an opportunity for that probability trade. Never confirmed close below our stop. Okay, and then the stock ended up hitting a high of 0.0044. Just a beautiful trade. Gave an opportunity for a 300% move. Okay, I know traders were kind of like impatient. I kept on getting emails. When is this stock going to move? When is this stock going to move? When you hold stocks that are low floaters and with the trend now with stocks, post-reverse stock splits, and also low share structure movers, these are the type of stocks that can move higher. I think with this close above 0.004, you have an opportunity to test that 0.008. So this is not done by any means. Okay. The Revo, REVO, okay, this was a stock that gave us an opportunity to enter as low as 0.00111. Okay, the stock since then hit a high of 15, pulled back, gave that opportunity. Now you're seeing a little bit of a wedge pattern here break. Okay, if the stock closes above 16 on 2 consecutive closes, I look for that move up to 25 and a potential move to 0.005. Okay, this is a low share structure stock, and it saw a nice surge in volume on Friday. So I think that this stock has a potential move to move higher. Okay, VGID was a stock that was given out, okay, on the weekly watch list. It also triggered. I gave it through the SMS. I gave it through the mobile app, free app. Okay, the stock hit a high of 0.0016. Then the stock pulled back. Okay, still holding that trend. You got the higher lows. If the stock breaks below 0.001, you can stop out. If it breaks below 0009, you want to stop out, you can stop out. Okay, but other than that, we need that close above 16 on 2 consecutive closes to confirm that move higher. Okay, if you look at the scene, hit a high of 0.007 range or 65 range. Okay, it bounced off that 0.001415 level. So you want to see some consolidation above. If it does, then you can see that potential retest of that 0.00657 level. Okay, SMVR still continues. Okay, the stock is holding a beautiful uptrend here. Okay, watch any pullback down to that 0.004 to 5 level. Okay, any pullback to that level will give a good opportunity. My stop close would be a close above or below 35. You want to stay. You want to keep an eye on that level too. Still a great trade from the time that we were able to purchase this at 14. We gave that re-entry level at 25 to 27. Okay, the stock did trigger again, and now the stock's up about 100%, 200%. Okay, the BRNW is still holding that support level here. Okay, has not closed below this 19 level on 2 consecutive closes, so still holding that uptrend. But you want that stock to hold that trend before you try to re-enter the stock. Okay, just ensure that you have your parameters set. Okay, so this is pretty much out to you guys. I'm going to be giving you guys the levels during the week, okay, to show that the stocks, whether they're doing well or not. Sometimes I don't have the opportunity to update the buy hold chart, okay, but it's up to you to make sure that you keep logs of everything, okay. The HALA is still JALA stock is still consolidating. You're seeing this bull flag set up here, consolidation between this 0.006 to 0.008 level. Okay, so what we're looking for is a complete break of that 0.01 level. Okay, the PGCX, okay, testing those lows, is still holding. If you want to start buying the stock at or near the probability levels, you can do so. Just ensure you have a stop close below. VOIS still consolidating, holding above that 25. I think that 0.002 to 25 level will be a good opportunity for that re-entry. So watch any pullback down level. Okay, so that's pretty much the setups that we're gonna have. I'm gonna post this bi-weekly. I did send out some stocks like COTE. That stock gave an opportunity to enter, and it has done well. Couple other stocks that I send out. Just make sure that when you do get into the stock, just set your parameters. Make sure you immediately set your sell order for a 60-day or good to cancel, so you lock in profits whenever it moves up. Okay, so I'm going to go over pretty much what I'm looking at for next week. Gold, GLD, okay, it is testing that bottom of that downtrend trend line. I think we will see somewhat of a bounce in anticipation with the FOMC, but any move, okay, higher will give an opportunity for a scalp, okay? Don't hold these stocks too long, okay? If you're going to scalp the GLD, whether it's going to be a scalp bounce here at the 109 level to 110 level, to that 112, 115 level, then you can do that, okay? But as soon as you get an opportunity to lock profits, because that FOMC is on the 18th, okay, I expect some volatility there, okay? So if you break below 108.70, okay, watch for a move lower on the GLD, okay? So I just want traders to understand this. The FOMC, sometimes you get some quick spikes and some moves, some volatility, extra volatility. So I want traders to understand that. Same thing with the SLV. Okay, you're about to hit that 14 to 14.20 massive support. Okay, that's a short-term bounce to that target $15, and then that target 15.70. Okay, if the stock closes below 14 two times, then watch the move and the break lower. That if it does close below 14, okay, on two consecutive closes, then any move back to this 15 level or 14.90 level will give a shorting opportunity. Okay, then. But again, you have to wait for that confirmation and then be patient on any pullback up to this trend line again. Okay, so I want traders to understand that. Okay, the IWM, as mentioned, okay, the IWM is bullish after taking earlier losses in the week. With buyers buying on the pullback, looks good for a push higher. So watch that support entry. Right now, I'm looking at that trigger entry at 120.70 is essential. Okay, if it comes down to 120.70, I would start scaling in. Okay, I would scale in as low as 119.60. Okay, if it closes below 119.60 on two consecutive closes, then I'm looking to stop out. Okay, my target 1 is going to be a target of 123. My target 2 is going to be a target of 124. If you want to get, March weekly scalps, okay, it's entirely up to you, but just ensure that, you lock profits or you stop out of a trade. Okay, you don't want to hold those weeklies too long. Okay, I usually like getting something a little bit longer on time span. And what I do during the week, okay, if I see something or I see the contracts that I'm going to get, then I'm going to forward that to you. But it's entirely up to you to decipher what trade you're going to get. Okay, this is the USO. Crude oil action is bearish. Okay, that's number one. Like I mentioned before, crude oil action is bearish. Okay, we see the price at the low part of the trading channel. So watch that short-term bounce for a scalp and a potential bear trap. Okay, so if people decide to start shorting here at this range, I think they were supposed to short, okay, up here at the moving averages. Okay, when I was mentioning it. Okay, not too long ago, we broke that 1830 level on two consecutive closes, and I mentioned, okay, our target was going to be 1640. Okay, I know some members were panicking when the market or the oil started trading as high as 1880, and they were panicking and they sold for a loss. And now look, okay, now it's trading below 17. Okay, we saw a low of 1667. Okay, now what I'm looking for is a potential short-term bounce, and I reiterate, short-term bounce. Okay, so crude oil action is bearish. Okay, we're witnessing that now. So we see the price at the low part of the trading channel. So watch that short-term bounce for a scalp and a potential bear trap. If it does bounce, it will give us a short range at that 1.8 or that 1830 level. So if it hits 1830, then you guys can start looking to take that short position down to that 17 or 16 level. Okay, so we're looking, if it does bounce, it will give us a short-term range at 1830, which is our target. Okay, and then if it hits that, then we could look to go short. Okay, and the bottom, and to test that bottom of the trend line. Okay, so that's the USO 1667. My target 1 is going to be a 1710, and then a target 2 of 18. Okay, that potential is 1840, but at 1840, you can start looking to go short here because it obviously is in a bear, sentiment. Okay, so I want traders to understand that. I'm going to go over to option triggers now. So right now, if you look at this, it's holding a good trend line here. Okay, so every time, if you see here, okay, it tests this, it has a reversal. Okay, this flips, it has a reversal. Okay, the flip, it has a reversal. So now I'm looking at this level. Okay, I know some guys on the chat room were talking about don't fight the trend line. I'm not fighting the trend line. I'm not fighting the trend. Okay, what I'm looking for is the best possible opportunity to enter the market. Okay, that's what we look for and we give to you guys. So as I mentioned before, I like that 20530 level. Okay, and that 20530 level has held. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower that target down to 20440 since that was the support that it was holding. Okay, so my entry is going to be 20440 to 20530 on 2 consecutive closes. Okay, if it closes below 204 2 times, then you can look to get out of the position and then wait for some support to come in. Okay, but our objective is to buy this at the best possible opportunity for either a scalp or to go long. Okay, so this is still holding this trend line. So I want traders to understand we're not fighting a trend here. Okay, yes, did we pull back? Yes. Okay, and I was telling traders to look for that top at that 212.60 level, and right there when it hit that 212.60 level, that's when we started pulling back. And when I was going short at that range, people were asking me the same thing, but why are you going short there? Why? Because we were at a master level there. Okay, when we connected those pivot highs, okay, that's the level that we kind of penciled in to look for that short opportunity. And what did it do? It came all the way down to 20450. Okay, we're not gurus. We're not people that read minds. We're not, I don't tell the future. What I look for is price, pattern, and time. That's the main thing that we look into these markets. Okay. I'm not trying to get you guys to kind of like guess the markets, okay? Everything is systematic here, okay? What we look for is master supports, master levels to hold. If it does hold, okay, or it breaks above it, then what we do is we stop out of the trade and we move on and we decipher it for the next couple of days to see what type of a setup it is, okay? So I want traders to understand that we're not fighting the markets. What we're looking for is the best opportunity to enter this market, okay? So that is the setup. Okay, I mentioned that close below that 126.80 on 2 consecutive closes, and it did pull back. Then it tested at 122 level. Now since then it's pulled back up, but now it's getting into this resistance cluster. Okay, we're talking about higher interest rates coming up during the FOMC. Any mentions, okay, of inflation or any talks about QE, okay, it will put some pressure on the TLT, okay? So I want traders to understand that. So watch that TLT 127.50 to 129. You can go long the TBT, okay, short term or medium term. Okay, my target will be 126. My target 2 will be 124, and that potential retest of that 122 level. Okay, so I still feel, okay, bearish on the TLT. Okay, on the Tesla, okay, we're about to test this downward trend, this bottom of this downward trend. So watch that 182, 185. Tesla does trade in big gaps, okay? But if you look here at the long-term support, okay, you got that 180, 185 key levels of support here. Okay, once you break below this 180 level, okay, or this 179.20 level, then you can look for this to go down to 120 range. Okay, so you have plenty of room to drop, but you need to confirm below that level. Okay, RSI right now is at 39.94, so you're looking for a short-term bounce here on the TSLA. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Okay, like I mentioned before, okay, this was our resistance level. Boom, right here. Okay, and I talked about that rounded top, and look, it came all the way down to that, 205, 204 level. Okay, so we don't make this up. Okay, the reason we set this up is because we want traders to understand, okay, the setups. Are we 100% right all the time? No. Okay, and we don't claim to be. All right, so I'm going to move on to the small cap buy zones. Okay, WLT did pretty much collapse. Okay, this will sometimes, like I said, we're always setting parameters around our trades. This week we're looking at the AKS. Okay, this is the weekly on the AKS. It's still holding this long support level here. Okay, this is on the weekly chart. Okay, it's still in an upward trend. Okay, has not broken below $3.60. So this is still in good levels. Okay, so watch that 375 to 390 level. Okay, on the AKS. If it does get there, I expect this to look for a target of $4.20 and a target potential of $4.80. Okay, my stop close is going to be tight on a close below 360 on 2 consecutive closes. Okay, so I want traders to look at this. So our first major resistance is going to be this $5 mark. So you got a lot of room here if you guys want to hold this for a longer term. Okay, the next one is going to be BLRX. Okay, BLRX right now, okay, it did break that downward trend. Okay, now it's trading higher. Last week gave an opportunity to enter at $1.80. Okay, a couple of weeks ago was $1.80 and then tested this $3.25. I'm looking at this in the longer term. So my BLRX mainstay entry would be $1.60 to $1.80. If it does come back down there, I would not be surprised for this to test that $3 mark again. Okay, that's close to 100% move there if you can get it near the buy zone. So just watch the BLRX for any pullback. Okay, next one is NSPH. Okay, the NSPH is a little bit trickier. Okay, this stock is testing the 52-week lows. Okay, this is the weekly chart on NSPH. Okay, I like that 0.20 to 25 cent range. Okay, I would scalp it up to that 40 range. You can sell it on the way up. My stop close would be a close below 20 cents on 2 consecutive closes. Okay, the next one is NETE. Okay, NETE is starting a little bit of an upward channel here, higher lows. Okay, watch that $1 to $1.10 entry. Okay, my target my potential will be $1.40. Okay, I think ultimately you could see $1.50 to about $2 here. Okay, but what you want to see is for this to have some bit of a continuation. Okay, you have the Bollinger Bands trading in between these Kellner channels. Okay, so they are tightening here on the daily chart. Okay, so watch the NETE. Okay, so that's pretty much it. The other trades are still in buy zone areas. I think ONSI is still in levels. Okay, ONSI is at 81 cents now. Okay, so it did give an opportunity to enter on the ONCY. Okay, so it has not stopped out. It did break down. They have to get back to $1 within 6 months or they will be delisted. Okay, and then LEI. Okay, the LEI. Okay, the LEI is currently trading at 16, so that did trigger. So watch that stop close below 15 on the LEI. It still has a bull flag set up here, so it has not closed below it. So watch the LEI. All right, so that's pretty much it for the. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the weekly watch list. I posted a couple of stocks here on the weekly watch list. Last week we had a good moves on the weekly watch list with the VGID, a couple others. WWIO, okay, 0.0013. The stock tested new lows. You held that 0008 support. Looks like good level of support. Watch that level 2 tomorrow. If the stock holds this level, could be a good buy from 8 to 11 probability levels for a potential break of 14. So we want to see this stock do is close above 14 on 2 consecutive closes and test that 0.002. Okay, if it does, I think that we'll test that 0.0037 level. Okay, WWIO share structures, okay, it's pretty light, 34 million, okay, as of November 7th, and then you have authorized shares at 500 million. Okay, so my buy zones here will be 0008, 11. Okay, these are just reference buy zones. If you see a level 2 and you see a huge bid at 0.001, okay, you can look to buy a little bit higher. Just keep an eye on level 2 and watch for any market makers selling into the bid. Okay, so our pivot is going to be a close above 14 on 2 consecutive closes. That's what we want to see this stock do. Okay. Okay, I put a little bit of asterisks here. Okay, the stock is subject to a reverse split, so just be aware of the risk. So there is risk on the MDCN. So if you're going to trade this stock for a move higher, just be sure not to hold this. We're not going too long. What we're looking for is a nice solid bounce for a test and a move to profit. Okay, so MDCN and MCGI Enterprises at 17. The stock gave that new low support at 12, mentioned last week, and gave that low entry hitting that 0.0023 level. So watch that 0.0012 for support. Some shares went through the bottom. Traders will look to accumulate, but be sure to have stops in case this breaks support. Okay, so the MDCN, these are the levels 12 to 15, a pivot break of 23. My stop close is going to be a close below 12 two times. Okay, the MGON gave an opportunity to enter as low as um, 8, 9 last week. Okay, at 0009, and what we're looking for is the higher lows. MGON is at 14. The stock mentioned last week in the mobile app gave an entry as low as 0091. Hit that 0.002 for 100%. Now watch the higher lows set up and a 0.004 retest. If it does, could be a sizable move and break that 0.0044 level, which it did back in early March. Okay, so what we're looking for is the MGON. Look at the level 2. Okay, authorized shares is just 200 million. Okay, float is only 88 million. Okay, I don't know if that's changed. There were a couple of shares on the ask, so what you want to make sure is you keep an eye on that level 2 tomorrow. Okay, the next one is DRNK. Okay, 0.0036. Okay, you're looking for that 0.002 to hold. Okay, DRNK, no hold Inc. The stock looking for that massive support at 27. Okay, traders should like either for that consolidation at settled lows or that 0.004 break on 2 closes. For now, that 27 is holding. If it kisses that, watch that level at 0.002 for entry support. The level 2 appears thin, and any buy pressure could bring some opportunity for a profitable trade. But be sure to incorporate stops. Okay, so this stock is looking for a bottom. Okay, so this is why I put DRNK 27 to 35 with a pivot break of 0.004. My stop close is going to be tight below 27 on 2 consecutive closes. If it does, okay, watch that kiss of that 0.002 level. If it breaks that 0.002 level, we're going to look at 12 to 15 for a 50% retrace on that 52-week low break. So I want traders to keep an eye on this one, but at the same time, we must ensure that it has a good level 2 support. Okay, the next one is BCHS. Okay, BCHS made a move here from that 25-28 range, and it hit a high of that 0.029 level. Okay, now it's trading at 14. Saw low of 0009 last week. Saw some news on an acquisition investment of a refinery. So watch that 0009 to 11 level here on the BCHS. Okay, my pivot is a pivot close above 21. Okay, that's close to 100% move from that pivot. So that's the path of least resistance there. So 0009 to 11 would be essential. Okay, watch the level 2. The stock previously rallied from that 33 to 29 level. So that was a considerable move. So watch for any buy pressure on the BCHS. Okay, this is another. I posted asterisk here. OSLH at 17 is looking for a bottom. Okay, it's a potential reverse split stock again. So if you're going to trade this stock, you want to be a little quick with it. Okay, you don't want to hold this too long. Authorized shares is just 450 million. Okay, OSLH 15 to 18 could be a buy zone. Pivot break is going to be a close above 26. Stop is a close below 15. Okay, next support is going to be 10 and 12. Okay, RSI is at 27 right now. So just watch the stock. Okay, this is a marijuana related stock. They possibly may do a reverse split, possibly not. But what you want to make sure is that you understand the risk that you're taking on going into the trade. Okay, VMGI right now, what I'm looking for, okay, it is a lotto. Okay, it's trading at 0005. Any stocks trading at 0005 or lower, consider them lottos. But this lotto right now is posting a bullish flag pattern here. Okay, so this bullish flag pattern can or is showing a potential move up to that 10 to 15 level. But that's 200% from this range. So the VMGI is a stock we've traded before. It's done well before. So watch the bull flag setup, good overall volume on the stock, and the stock has rallied in the past. This is a risky trade and will require volume, so just be aware that could take some time for a bullish break, close above 0007. That's what we're looking for. So I want traders to kind of look at that for now. All right. Keep an eye on the VMGI. If you start seeing some hits on the ask, could be a good scalp opportunity. Any news updates could be a move higher. Okay, so that's pretty much it. There's stocks that we mentioned last week. LGBI, okay, rallied, okay, gave an opportunity to enter as low as 12, okay, and then it hit a high of 17, okay, so that was the LGBI, okay, holding that massive support. So watch that probability entry, okay. Another one that we sent out last week was COTE. There's talks about a reverse split on the COTE as well, so you got to be careful. But you do see a bullish reversal here on the COTE. Gave an opportunity to enter from 25 to 35, and then we hit a high of 0.0050 for a scalp. What we're looking here is a close above 57 on 2 consecutive closes. So again, these stocks are subject for reverse splits, so you want to be sure to be careful purchasing these stocks. Okay, that's pretty much it. Any questions on any stocks that you guys want to go over? Okay, if not, okay, we're gonna cut it short. Be ready for a low share structure stock that may be sent out. Okay, just we are gonna start looking to start building some charts on some low share structure stocks. I understand, and I'm seeing that there's a lot of trend stocks that are being put out by different groups. Post reverse splits, we saw TBEV, okay, do well, and a couple of other stocks. So just be sure to be ready. That could be released anytime. And what we're going to do is we're going to go silent. We're going to accumulate at certain levels, and then we're going to look to push that higher. So we're going to go again on the group play. I will keep you guys posted when that triggers. And then if anything, I will take on any comments and questions. Just send me via email at radiosilentplay@gmail.com. Those guys that are loyal and stick around, I really want to thank you. We're trying to push the mobile app. If you get a chance, just comment on the mobile app. You can go on Google Play and just write a little comment. If you want to, give it a good rating or a bad rating, it doesn't matter. I just want people to get some downloads. You want to push it, give it to some friends. Now we're giving out free alerts on the mobile app, okay, which is a great part. Also a market overview as well. It's free for any member. So we want traders to kind of, get that thing down. So if we do see a certain amount of downloads, what we're going to do is proceed to Apple iOS. And that would be exciting for us to kind of grow. But if I don't see any feedback, I'm not going to make that push to that move higher. All right. So I just want to thank everybody again. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow, and good luck to a positive trading week. Thank you all again, and have a good night.